Hello. Hello. Hope you've had a good day. I had a good day. Well, wasn't great. I was with my kids. I took them to the park. How good are parks and play areas now compared to what we had when we were kids? Oh, they're like wooden fortresses, aren't they? There's all drawbridges, tunnels going through the side of a hill. All the floor now is black rubber matting. They fall off a swing. They just bounce onto a slide. The other week, my 7-year-old had the nerve to say he was bored. I said, bored? You've got a zip wire, you little shit. That's like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. So when I was a kid, all we had in the park was broken glass and sex offenders. That was it. That's why we're better at hide and seek. It's a fact. Kids are shit at hide and seek now. No incentive. The other week, right? The other week in the park, I saw a man wearing flip-flops. Oh, you all think that's acceptable? Mid-December, flip-flop. Right, we need to agree in this country on a flip-flop cut-off date, right? There needs to be a date where we stop wearing flip-flops. 12th of November. I don't know when it is. Flip-flops are for the summer, aren't they? On the beach. They're not for Tesco's Express mid-December. Look how tense it's gone. I can sense there's some of you in here and there. Winter flip-flop wearers, yeah. Can sense your attitudes looking at me like, what's your problem, mate? Yeah? I wear flip-flops in the winter. Just slip them on. I'm cool. I'm casual. You're not. You're too lazy to put socks and shoes on. That is all it is. So we've all got to look at your hairy, veiny feet. It's the equivalent of going out in public with one ball hanging out. The only time I like seeing a man in flip-flops is at the urinals at the service station toilets. It's like, I've had a long journey and 3 coffees. You are about to learn a valuable lesson. I can't wear flip-flops. I worry too much what other people think. I do. I constantly worry what people think. It's no way to live your life. Like this sums it up. Recently, I was in my house. Now, you know the charity workers you get that stop you in the streets, try and sign you up for a charity, get your bank details, direct debit, all that. Where I live, they go door to door and knock on your door. Now, we all know the problem when you try and politely say no to a charity collector, charity worker, what you say is, I'm very sorry, I've already got direct debits. I mean, there's only so much I can afford a month. Sure, it's a worthwhile cause. All the best of your charity. That's what you say. But in your head, it feels like, what's it for? Starving kids? Fuck them. That's how it feels. I can't do it. Saw them outside, circling. I thought, I can't handle this. I'm not going to answer the door. I won't answer the door. I'm not proud of it. Sat in the living room, right? Sofa. Front door's there, through an archway. You can see it. He rings the bell, right? So I pulled the face to make me invisible. I went. He knocked. I thought, this bloke's good. Do you know what he did then? Honestly true, right? Clearly he was bored. He'd been ignored all day. He tried the door handle. Yes! I'd unlocked the door. The door swung open. He's suddenly in my living room. I'm sat on the sofa, just stared at each other. Both trying to figure out who is in the wrong. All I could think to say was, I'm not in. And to his eternal credit, he said, I'll come back later when you're home. Oh, God bless him. But I do. I don't know what it is. I worry too much what other people think. I constantly do. You know, I worry too much. My first thought as well is always negative. My first thought is always the worst possible outcome. It's no way to live your life, is it? Like, this is another sums it up again. Recently, I drove home from a gig, right? Middle of night, middle of nowhere, got a puncture, right? So I'm at the side of a dual carriageway in a ditch with a puncture, right? I'm trying to get the wheel off with a Metal X thing. Wouldn't fit on the wheel nuts. I thought, they're giving me the wrong one. Doesn't fit. So I couldn't do it. I had to ring the RAC like a child. Like, hello, can you send an adult? I can't do it. Stood there. This car suddenly goes flying past, stops about 200 metres down the dual carriageway, then starts reversing the wrong way up a dual carriageway towards me. I shit myself. Because what, reversing sounds aggressive, doesn't it? Reversing is like, It's a good reversing impression, isn't it? You don't get enough of them, in my opinion. I do a good indicator as well, if you're interested. That's my indicator noise at the moment. Quite happy with it. I like a slow indicator noise, a nice thought. My old one, I didn't like it. It was too quick. You know, that judgy one. That's one that you could have pulled out there. You had ages. My one now is a nice, slow, thoughtful one. Take your time, mate. Take your time. Everyone's in a rush. You live your life, yeah? If we all took our time more, perhaps we'd be more peaceful. We'd live as one and realise we're just a speck in nothingness in a massive universe. It's a lot to take from an indicator noise, isn't it? But I can sense some of you looking at me like you don't know what I'm on about. That's because you've got a Range Rover and you've never heard your indicator noise. You've never used it. Anyway, so reverse at me. These two massive blokes get out of the car. 6'5", huge blokes, middle of nowhere, look at me on my own in a ditch and go, what have we got here then? It's like, puncher. It's like, right. Get that sorted for you. They go to their car, get a toolbox, just start fixing my car. Took them about 5 minutes to fix it. Oh, by the way, turns out some wheel nuts on cars have these little plastic caps on them. That's why the Metal X thing wouldn't fit on the... That felt good. They pointed that out, fixed my car. Turns out, right, these two blokes were soldiers. There was an army training base down the road. They'd been out doing shit, drove past, saw a man down, came back for me. This is the best bit. Because they were soldiers, when they left, honestly, one of them said to the other one, come on, let's move out. Oh, it's like it was a manoeuvre. Isn't it tragic, though, that my first thought was negative as they got out of the car? Why couldn't I have thought, oh, these lovely men have stopped to help? No, my first thought, well, clearly, I'm going to be killed. I am going to be bummed, then killed. I'll be honest, my next thought was, well, if I'm going to be killed, might as well get bummed. You might as well. Try something new just before you die. Then my worry was, what if I really liked it? I'd be like, could have been doing that my whole life. Seems a shame now. Bugger. Anyway, folks, it's been a pleasure to talk to you. I'm doing a tour next year, and I'm going to be here at Hot Water on the 21st of February. So hopefully see you there. Thanks for listening. Have a good night. Cheers.